Oh, but this should be a very even game and an extremely high level game. The last one was very high level as well. I expect the same kind of fireworks here.
Yeah,
So
so very
yeah,
interesting. A few weeks ago, Jigglypuff popularized a Byzantine build, and now seeing Sass on the other side with Byzantines makes me wonder if it's possible Sass attempts to give Jigglypuff a dose of his own medicine.
before we get to the strategy here, we have in the color blue for Team Oiling Boyle. This is Baltune. The series is 0-0. Ignore the overlay for the time being. So it's Baltune for Team Oiling Boyle. In the color teal, it is Sass. His teammate is Byzantine teammate. Yeah, Sass with a very standard build. Baltune as well with the 3 farms. Certainly seen that a lot in 1v1s. You have Mali Libby as the Roos for the DC terrorists. Placing the hunting cabin, yeah, the position was always going to be questionable, let's face it. It's always going to be a questionable position with these woodlines. Yeah, let me introduce you Jigglypuff first here in the color green. We've sang his praises. We know his worth. Has recently been playing a certain everyone's favorite player to hate. Beastie played that series. Beastie's great though. Yeah, this is gonna be such a good match. And I have a question for you, Liquid. Do you think Melly Libby goes for the hunting cabin? Landmark for H3? And if so, where do you put it?
So first thing is you're kind of assuming that this game might get to Castle H, but should it go there, I think he's got to go for the relic play. There's just nowhere you can put that hunting cabin that's going to generate a one, a lot of income. Two, there's nowhere you can put it where it's safe, right? It generates deer. You're going to be gathering food from there. So it just kind of seems like a landmark that might get you in trouble if you decide to go for it. So I don't think we're going to see that particular one on this game. But I'm looking at, Jigglypuff, Mally Libby, 2 Night Civs, which Jiggly is infamous for playing. I think getting to Castle might be a little bit of a tall order here. Sass might get to Castle because he may go for the Jigglypuff build in what I consider to be a very ironic play. We'll see. We shall see. But
there's one thing though. Jigglypuff popularized that build. You might know the counter.
Yeah, but so...
Oh, Golden Gate! Sorry to interrupt you. We have a Golden Gate. That's... That to me is very interesting. I really was expecting a Kremlin on the deer. But the Golden Gate, going for the slightly more economic approach for Mali Libby here. Sorry to interrupt you, felt this was important.
No, absolutely. Listen, Golden Gate kind of tells me we'll probably get a 1TC fast castle into Horse Archers out of Mali Libby. That's what I would expect to see. That is kind of the new build for Roos, and when you have 2 Night Civs on the other side, those Horse Archers are really good because they can kite the Knights, they can run away, and you can still get some good damage off. So, I think that's the right play for Mali Libby. Right there. I also want to point out, though, with this spawn that Mali Libby has, if you kind of look around, he has no safe wood. Right, his closest wood line is outside of town center range. That is absolutely brutal, especially if he's going to go into Horse Archers.
Oh no! Sass is unluring the deer. Mali Libby had so much work luring this deer, man. That's almost rude.
You know what? It's a great play from Sass.
It is a great play from Sass, yeah. So I was gonna say, like, they're competing, so all is fair in love and war. So we have the second cistern going up for Sass, just as you expect, right as is hitting that feudal age, connecting the cisterns together, getting that cistern on berries, and the outpost of the food, with no military building. He is 100% going going to the next stage. Baltune, on the other hand, is not. Baltune might be trying to turtle here. We have the first knight. A good pull by Baltune. No pull from Sass. A good pull from Sass. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Good
so
pulls.
I'm a little curious about this council hall decision. Longbows are a really, really, really good unit, but you got a double knight civ on the other side. Longbows feel a bit underwhelming in these situations, I guess. But Baltune is going to make good use of Paulings, so he maybe feels comfortable going with some longbows here, and maybe try to pull off a knight, pick off a knight should a knight kind of get too close, take too much damage. Sass is opening barracks, so I don't think we're going to get the Jigglypuff build here out of Sass. He's going to go into some Limitane, absolutely necessary. And so is Baltune. Baltune is putting down a barracks, so we're going to get some spears as well. So probably a ton of feudal pressure in this game.
Oh my god, we have a Jeanne of Arc peasant. I think he's about to level her up, though. He is! We have a hunter. So she might try to snipe these Limitane? That would be a play. Or snipe villagers.
Yeah, she has to be careful, though. Those English longbows are really good at kind of sniping her out, so she can't get too close. And maybe that's what Baltune definitely a much better player than I. Maybe that's what he was thinking going into these longbows here, is he just wants to snipe JD so she gets no experience, and he is absolutely correct. This is the best way to take her out from afar.
0 ranged armor for Jenny also doesn't help. I was gonna say though, we questioned the woodline position for Mally Libby. Poor Sass is what I'm gonna say.
Oh, I didn't even look at that. Sass's closest woodline is quite literally in Narnia, and even worse, it looks like it's a forward spawn too. Where like his closest woodline is forward of his base. That is absolutely brutal.
Forward, but not within DC range against 2 Night Civs. Guess you're dead.
Yeah, that's just talk about uncomfortable here. But we do have Team Oiling Boil starting to wall off the map. They're going to attempt to zone these knights here. Just kind of say, hey, if you want to raid, you're gonna come in from the direction I say so.
Yeah,
Got walls coming up for Sass.
Abby of the
and
Trinity for Mally Libby. So, yeah, exactly what you were talking about. Having a slightly less octane game than last time. I'm thinking Jiggly, looking at his resources, he might be wondering if Castle Edge is the way to go. For Baltune and Sass here, not engaging is a very good strategy against Joan of Arc. Because the last thing you want to do is give her any experience.
Yeah, when Jenny starts leveling up, she can become a real problem, especially if you're both in feudal age. So kind of Jigglypuff sort of not taking too many risks. I think Jigglypuff is just trying to delay any pressure that could come Mally Libby's way while Mally Libby executes plan, which is fast castle. I was going to say horse archers were probably going to be on the docket, but he's got double barracks and he's triple barracks and one stable. So men-at-arms is...
Oh my god, he got pro scouts. The stable is for scouts. You can produce them from the hunting cabin, and I'm surprised for Mally Libby here. Maybe he doesn't think this is a big deal, but I really like getting a second hunting cabin really early for that passive gold income.
Yeah, there's not that much passive in gold income on this map.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's something we need to take into consideration.
Yeah, like...
Usually you get around 20 to 23 gold per minute from a regular woodline. From these prairie-style woodlines, you might get like 15 or 16 or something. Which is absolutely not worth it to spend the 100 wood.
Yeah, and so confirmed, Sass is not going to give Jiggly a taste of his own medicine. Sass went for jab throwers. which are absolutely going to counter out ranged Jenny. And he's going for an infantry comp right here. Oiling Boil, just very methodical infantry type play. They're not getting into Cav. Meanwhile, you know, Jigglypuff is in Cav, but Mally Libby coming over with some men-at-arms. He's got 6 of these menacing dudes just kind of moseying on over to Sass's base. We'll see kind of what they're up to. Probably going to look to take advantage of one of the kind of weaknesses with Byzantine in that they tend to struggle against men-at-arms a little bit when they're in Feudal Age. Jav throwers do good base damage, but men-at-arms are a little bit of a problem for Biz.
Yeah, the very slow attack speed is a problem for Javs against men-at-arms.
Yeah, but you know what?
They're safe. They are safe with this wall setup. No, the villager's gonna get sniped. There you go. Worker gets sniped.
Yeah, poor worker kind of went down there. Got stuck out a little too far. Golden Horn Tower Castle Age comes up for Sass right here, but looks like Jiggly is looking to pounce. These men-at-arms are just diving Sass's base right here. Jiggly's Knight's there to support. Doing a little dance right here.
Ooh.
Knights get skewered real quick. Men-at-arms come in to pick up these spears. Jiggly pulls back. Gonna try to dive on these archers real quick and get as many charges as possible in. Men-at-arms though, quick getting worn down here.
Good micro
just
by
taking too
Baltune,
much
I gotta
damage.
say.
Yeah, Baltune able to keep a lot of his spears alive. More men-at-arms are rallying over here, and Sass's eco is entirely idle here.
Did
So
you
this
see
may
what
have been the
Sass
plan.
did?
I did not.
I love that micro. So he had the Javs on one side of the TC. He got them into the TC and out the other, just like that. That's the kind of play I expect from someone like him. Okay, we have 2 camels.
Bills on the run. Gotta run away. These men-at-arms from Mally Libby are just absolutely just destructive force right here. Hitting these Feudal Age longbows, attacking these Jav throwers. Men-at-arms have also found the eco behind Sass's base here. Sass right now, a little bit of chaos as his eco is just running everywhere left and right and idled out from this very powerful attack from the town center terrorists. And true to their name, they're doing exactly that, right? They're terrorizing Sass's town center.
Terrorizing Sass's town center, yeah. But yeah, Mally Libby is also a thief. He's stealing the deer from right under Sass's nose, which I love, by the way. Oh, we absolutely have Hakratoy defense workers, which are very weak at this stage of the game. They are really good in Feudal, really great at Dark Age. Really not great here. This is, even the farms are denied. 6 ranged armor men-at-arms. This is going to be such a handful to deal with. We have almost 40 to 14 supply, military supply. Not looking good for Oiling Boil.
Yeah, and this is just a perfectly timed attack by Mally Libby. He's spreading his men-at-arms out all over the place, trying to cause as much chaos as he possibly can. Sass trying to get as many crossbows on the field. You've got a men-at-arms raid on the deer packet back right there, and villagers are going to go down, and Baltune calls.
Excuse me, you are very robotic. Yeah, so Baltune calls it, Sass calls it.
Damage was
Is that on my end?
dealt. The town, they Mally Libby. I think you just roboted there.
Yeah, and I think it's on my end. The stream. Is the stream okay, guys? I just internet just had a temporary fart. But this is still a very good game. I loved it. Yeah, so fantastic game last time. Let me show you the matchup here. So Baltune with French, SAS with English. Traditional matchup since day one of the game. Japan and Rus for Jiggly and Malalibi. I don't think they can repeat. They can repeat Civ picks. When you like if you win, that Civ combo is like you can't use it again. So going Japan instead of Jenny, a good call on Jigglypuff. I feel like. All right, let's get started. Yeah, this is this is a water map, so Japanese, insanely good call. We have Baltune here on the French in the color blue, going immediately for trees. Perfect call there. We have the same here for SAS as the English in the color cyan. The red for TC Terrorists. It is Mali Libya's Rus. Rus definitely one of the more powerful water civs at the moment, but so is Japanese. Which is what GF is. And what do you think of this matchup?
So, Roos was very powerful on water. Then you got the Season 8 updates to the bounty system that sort of, toned Roos down a little bit. They're still really good, but I think they're kind of outclassed by Japanese right now. French recently got some buffs to help them out on water. So this dock provides 10 pop, so it's just you don't need to build that initial house when you play as French. English, little curious. You don't often see English come out on water maps. It's not a civ I think is preferred for these situations. So very curious to kind of see what SAS is going to do with English over here.
Yeah, so for you guys out there in the chat, what do you think of the unique tags, and do you think any civ should redeem them? Let's just show all of them to you. Admiralty for the English increases the range of combat chips by 1, which is usually very powerful. Costs 150 food, 350 gold, so that's a hefty cost. That's like 1.5 to 2 ships, depending on the ship. For the French here, it's going to be long guns. Damage of naval cannons. 200 wood, 500 gold. I don't think this is getting redeemed in Field Age. Requires imp.
No.
Requires imp. Scratch
yeah,
the...
but also keep in mind the French Warcog, which is their Springald ship, is 275 resources, while other civs have a little bit more expensive Springald ships. So the Hulk on SAS, the English there, is 99 food, 180 wood, and the Rus, their Springald ships are 310. And War Junk coming out of the Japanese are also 310. So French have a little bit of a cheaper Warcog, and I think it is slightly better, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see them hit the field shortly, in a couple minutes, and we'll check out their stats.
Yeah, so going over the unique tags again, we have copper plating, requires Castle Age. It's unique, yeah. It's fire and ranged armor. I +2. Fire and ranged armor for ships. Oh, they have... Okay, so Siege is now a new category. Alright. That was the big change they made. And for the Rus, it's adaptable hulls. Converting between ship types. It's faster and no longer is a cost penalty, so... I don't know. I don't feel like the English tag might be worth it. And kind of like that mid-game to help you micro those Springald ships better. But in my personal opinion, the only unique tag on the docks that is worth it is Ayyubids, because it gives you 10% HP, which means that your Springald ships are able to absorb 2 shots without dying from demos instead of just 1, being like low HP. So that's the one I think it's worth it. The other ones I think are kind of bad. Piracy is also okay.
Yeah, we're not seeing Mongols on this game. So Admiralty, I think, is going to come into play on this map. The +1 range is really good. When you get a massive Springald ships, you'll be able to kind of like snipe and pull back, and start picking off, opponent's ships that maybe are overexposed. But it is very expensive. It's not a tech I expect to see come in until, the fights are already underway. You do have a Koka Township coming out from Japanese. Look at that.
Very interesting. On a map with no connection to your opponent's side. No land connection.
Oh, he's 100% going to transport ship them over, right? He's just going to...
5 seconds away.
And he's probably going to send them to the corner. And then, come start creating chaos on Baltune and Sasa's side. And Chamber of Commerce coming out from Baltune as well. So we're probably going to see some trade ships going to that coastal trade post there.
Chamber of Commerce, not really in the corner of the map. Yeah, those little trade posts looking juicy. Yeah, and yeah, this is a pure water map. There's a map like Baltic or Boulder Bay or something like that. Those are hybrid maps. This is a pure water map, and we don't get those a lot. We have the Golden Gate, as everybody's been mentioning, it's really good. We have Abbey of Kings. Why wouldn't you? Abbey of Kings on the water. Remember when Marine Lord tried to make this a play before the King was a unit? Those are the times.
Yeah, and so I wonder if, with the Abbey being so far forward, if he's going to use it to double heal his military ships, because the Abbey's aura does extend over the water a little bit. So that can produce a real quick boost to healing. He can send his ships out, they can take damage, come back, heal up very quickly. Could give him some good tempo.
Yeah, so I'm showing right now where the R is intercepted. It's a decent sized area, but it's very close to the shore.
So, Jigglypuff, by the way, is starting his voyage with his first shinobi coming across on the east side of the map.
Oh, but it's been intercepted by a scout! Oh, Baltune knows it's coming. And the shinobi got ferried. Oh, this is creativity at its finest. And he's gonna spot the Chamber of Commerce. There's a galley, though, on the other side. We have a bloody attack ship there. Alright, there we go. This is on fire, but we have the king! Long live the bastard!
Coming to the rescue. This shinobi has nowhere to run. The king's just going to hunt him down and kill him. Very smart by Sass, having the king available for this purpose. First shinobi, probably not going to get a lot of value.
Yeah, not too much value here, just... Okay, you're stopping the Chamber of Commerce for a few seconds, but... you didn't stop it. I think we have the second one going? These are... not transports. Where's the transport? Oh, make another shinobi! Just keep sending them in.
You're gonna need a little bit of a pack of shinobi in order to kind of, have an effect. Cause that king is pretty powerful, and having him to defend, he can defend very quickly. I'm just
right. Big attack here from Mali Libby. Forces all of these ships to stop for Sass. And looks like good domination here from the seas by Mali Libby, but the counterattack is coming. And it's going to be a nasty one. Big counterplay here from Jiggly, who doesn't get as many ships as he wanted down. Oh, but Mali Libby actually getting in there is very dangerous. Oh, the Hulk won't survive. He's trying to repair. Oh, doesn't repair in time. The fishing ships are now exposed. But the fishing ships from Mali Libby taking a beating at home, and Jigglypuff defends.
Yeah, so they're trading off eco units, right? Mali Libby destroyed a lot of Sass's eco units. At the same time, Sass is currently wreaking havoc on Mali Libby's Ladoya fishing ships. So
yeah, if you look at the population count, it's very interesting. Trade is coming through for Baltune here, which is very smart. So this cost them a little bit of that early tempo in the water, because the trade is very expensive, right? Takes away some of the resources from your ships, even if you're getting the free donkeys. Like those free donkeys, you still need an upgrade that you wouldn't get otherwise to get. So that's some cost there, but now it's paying off in spades.
yeah, and look at this. Sass and Baltune are now starting to apply pressure over to Mali Libby's side, and Mali Libby, you know, they have these attack ships. They're sort of sandwiched here between Sass and Baltune.
Yeah, I didn't really expect tactics here on a war map like this, but that's what we're getting. Oh, Jigglypuff and Castle Age!
Might have cost them the water here. Sass has a commanding control over Mali Libby's waterways right here, and Baltune being here as well. There's no way Jiggly and Mali hold this. Docks are now starting to come under attack, and I think Baltune and Sass are gonna just kind of take control right here.
Oh no! I just saw Mali Libby's demo blow up on another demo from Baltune. That feels terrible. So asking for chat again. You guys are gonna help me out here. I don't play water a lot. I'm not good at water maps. Usually lose water all the time. What is the comeback mechanic here for Jigglypuff and Mali Libby?
So Jiggly's gotta hope his tech advantage carries him. Unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna be the case. He doesn't have a military mass to kind of hold. Jiggly, a known night enjoyer, was probably trying to get to Castle Age to get a couple of mounted samurai to go over transport like he did with the shinobi to Baltune and Sass's side of the base to just cause havoc and chaos. But unfortunately, he kind of did so at the detriment of investing in his fleet, and that gave Baltune and Sass just a massive advantage here. Mali Libby has nothing to defend on the water, and Jigglypuff is just getting overwhelmed. Look at the military count, right? It's 96 to 9.
Look at the eco count as well. 123 for boiling oil, for oiling boil, sorry. For oiling boil, and 93 for PC terrorists. This is not looking great for Mali Libby and Jigglypuff. Oh, here is a comeback mechanic. Oh, great blow! Blows up like 5 ships.
A lot of damage to Baltune's fleet, but I don't think it really changes this at all. Mali Libby is going up with the high trade house, but at this point in time, I just don't know how they're going to get back into this game. They're going to have to sneak a dock. They're going to have to do something to regain control of the water. And Baltune and Sass, free to kind of go to Castle Age without much pressure. Jiggly's got a couple of mounted samurai on Baltune and Sass's side, but they walled up. Those mounted samurai are going to take forever to burn through this wall, so they can't really provide a lot of value.
They're burning through a lumber camp.
That's all the value they can get.
Yeah, they're stopping the trade, which I think is okay. That they're stopping the trade.
Stopping the trade at the expense of your entire fishing eco?
Okay, when you put it like that, it's terrible. But stopping the trade at the cost of having 2 mounted samurai standing here, just throwing torches at it, is fine. Yeah, so the real win condition in this map is not to destroy your opponent's landmarks. It's to get control of the sacred site in the center. Now that Baltune and Sass are Castle Age, I fully expect them to seek to fortify that position and just get it. Get the sacred site.
So, the real question here is, do Mally, Libby, and Jigglypuff continue to play this out despite losing water and being at a massive disadvantage, or do they just kind of throw in the towels?
They
Obviously,
are trading. Massing land armies? I don't know. I don't know, dude. How are you gonna get them across? They can't swim.
So, I think this is match point, right? So, Mally, Libby, and Jigglypuff just need to kind of force Baltune and Sass to kill us. To kill them, right? If Mally, Libby, and Jigglypuff lose this, Oiling Boil moves on to the finals. So,
No,
yeah.
they don't. They lost map 1. The winner was map Jigglypuff.
Oh, I
You
apologize.
got your teams around.
Start.gg has it wrong.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're getting the Wololo! Knights are not getting converted. One of them... Yeah, one of them out of Sam's does go down. The second one should go down easy, and the priest goes down as well. Oh, using the weird trees here, the stealth trees. I don't think Mally, Libby, and Jigglypuff are getting a dock up where.
No, they've begun trading, so they're going to try to trade Boom to sort of get themselves out of this little bit of a hole. But I don't know what to say here, right? At some point, I expect Baltune and Sass to, start their land invasion and start applying pressure. And it could be relatively soon, right? They could just have a transport ship, bring a couple villagers, build a proxy base. They have full control of this map, right? Mally, Libby, and Jigglypuff control 20% of it for now, and the other 80% is in Baltune and Sass's hands. Oh, and look at that.
Transporting all of the relics. Yeah, Sass is nuts like this sometimes.
So they are staging a comeback. Mally Libby has 3 Springles, and those 3
What?
Springles are...
Springles deal mad damage to ships!
Yeah, they're just gonna start cleaning up these ships, and maybe that could let Mally Libby sort of get back on the water here.
Fellas,
very smart play from Mally Libby.
That's your comeback mechanic. Look at that!
Ooh. But Baltune and Sass, they say, you know what? That's fine. If you want to sit in your base and you want to trade Boom, no problem. We're going to cap this sacred site, and we're just going to wait you out.
Well, the villagers that are going to build the docks, they're getting sniped. They need this. They really need to blow up like those ships. Get docks over. There are knights coming over. The knights die before they land. That was so much supply thrown into the water. Wow, like Sprinkles are amazing against ships. That's something I failed to consider completely.
So Sass is bringing demo ships in and blowing these docks up as soon as they start getting built.
Let's see if they actually get one of the... Ah, yeah, they definitely... They need to be built quick. Need to be built quick. Oh, as well, the relics are on Sass and Baltune, by the way. Just to let you know, as well as the Sacred. We have a lot of blue. A lot of stables getting built. But, this is not gonna happen. A lot of Mounted Sams here defending. Really nice play. From Jigglypuff here defending. He needs the Sprinkles over here, though. Because those ships, they sure are pesky. Oh, nice demo. Oh, but the demo took out the shield.
Yeah, that shield proving very valuable there, not taking a lot of damage from the demo, and Baltune's attempt to kind of get onto Jigglypuff's side is denied. But still, I'm not seeing how Jigglypuff in Mali Libby plan to stop this sacred site victory.
Ooh, Baltune and Imp.
We're gonna, you know what? That might be the answer to the Springholds. We might get Galice right here, which are the long range bombard ships, and they'll have the range to take on these Springholds.
Where are the Galleass? Ooh, there they are. Carracks are getting built. Not Galleass? Oh, because I'm with you. Galleass, I think. Oh, they're anti-structure specialists. Oh, both of them are.
Yep. So they're gonna just take down all these docks that they're putting up out of range of the Springholds.
All right, SAS landed knights. Game over. Game over. And now I think. Oh. Trying to cause some confusion. I have no idea. What? SAS is trying to steal relics? Dude, what are you doing?
Why not? I think Baltune and SAS.
Oh, they're having fun.
Kinda, yeah, they're in a really strong position. Mali Libby going up with the Spazkaya Tower in the front to kind of defend some of these docks. But again, you're going to get some cannons coming out. We have a Carrack on its way over from Baltune. And you have SAS. He's got 13 villagers over here. He lost one trying to get this keep up. And he's just, going to claim more territory.
Well, where's the Berkshire Palace going up? We need to see the Berkshire Palace. Oh, going on his own shore. Okay, more transports.
Nothing wrong with that. You do have some attack ships coming over. They might be able to prevent this keep from going up. No, probably not, because they start by attacking the actual keep itself. Not going to be able to kill these villagers.
You have a couple of Carracks. Jigglypuff needs to bring his workers over. Aw, man. Yeah, keep us up. Game over. Yeah, the trade line is now getting killed.
Yeah, very clutch keep from SAS right there. Springhold's just gonna fire on this keep, not doing much. Spearmen are gonna come over and attempt to burn it down, but not gonna be the most effective way to remove the keep.
No, but traps are. Traps are. I approve of the traps to take down the keep. We're getting repairs. Repairs I don't think are gonna last much longer. Oh, look at that! Look at that! DC terrorists kinda trying to stage a comeback? I say kinda, this is... I think the technical term is fugly.
Yeah, it's not pretty, but little by little they're sorta scratching and clawing their way back into this, but Sacred Site Timer is still going.
Yeah, and they need a lot of transports and decoy ships to take the fire from the keep that's in the center. That's in the island. While Baltune and SAS have no navy to be able to land there to be able to stop it. So I just think that anything under the 10 initial minutes is just not doable in a position where you have no control.
Yeah, look at these Springholds right here. The Carracks from Baltune just wipe them. They have the long range, get rid of them nice and quick. Springholds are no longer a concern, and Baltune and SAS, they're just kind of shoring up their defenses here. Looking to play for the Sacred Site win. We're under, I want to say, 4 minutes at this point in time, and Mali Libby getting a nice little military going on the water, but Jigglypuff, not much in terms of docks or ships from him.
Oh, the UI that we use is actually covering. It's 3 minutes 20 Sacred Site timer, so yeah, this is... Wow, if Mali Libby and Jigglypuff come back, it's the most epic comeback here, but...
Oh, demo ships coming in, just blowing up and wiping out Mali Libby's naval military, and town center terrorists tap out. They know they don't have the time to retake that sacred site, and they're gonna lose on the sacred site timer. So they just say, "Hey, we're gonna go next," and Oiling Boil ties up the
Yeah.
series.
Funny enough, Narrow Sea brought us a really fun game. I was not expecting the water map to actually be this enjoyable, but it was. And I don't think losing water for Malalibi and Jigglypuff really was like the comeback with the sprinkles was there, and that was not expected.
Yeah, so I initially looked at that situation and I was like, "Ooh, I don't see how Jigglypuff and Mali Libby could really come back from that," but they dropped down trade. They, were trying to hold on as best they could. And the Springolds really kind of helped them establish more docks and sort of get back onto the water. But Baltune, Sass, just really high level players, kind of understood their win condition there. They went right for the sacred sites, collected relics, and they tried to make a proxy base there, but I think at that point in time they were probably focused on the sacred site victory, which was their win condition in a map like this. And they grabbed it, they held it, they put a keep in the middle there, and they just made it really difficult for Town Center Terrace to get back on that water. So this is a map created by Avely. Avely has created a lot of maps in the past. He's well known in the community for some of his maps, and Bohemia is a really good map that he kind of introduced into the scene a little bit. And if I'm not mistaken, there's no neutral trade posts on this map, right? That was kind of
Looks that way, yeah. But before we go, let's introduce the players first. In the purple, it is Baltune as the Ayyubids. As his partner Sass here on the Joan of Arc, playing as the Cyan. On the other side, it is in the red, Ali Libby, Team Town Center Terrorists. Libby playing as the English, and his partner Jigglypuff as the Ayyubids. So Ayyubids mirror, but then English versus JD. It's gonna be very interesting dynamics. Before I toss the commentary to you, Bohemia in real life, Bohemia is about half of Czechia. It's the western half, the one that borders Germany. The other side is Moravia, and like there's a lot of mountains and a lot of snow and stuff like that. It's a really interesting location. Prague's in there, very well-known city. In the game, though, it has some interesting features. What are your thoughts on the matchup and the map?
So I just want to point out something for all the early scouters in the game. When you're playing Ayyubids and you check their berries, if you take a look at what Jigglypuff has done with his berries, a minute and 30 seconds into the game, I can tell you he's going to open Eco Wing, which is the current meta with the Civ anyway, but this just kind of confirms it, right? He's spreading his villagers out. He wants the extra 50. He wants to not lose any of these berry patches before the Eco Wing comes in, so they all get 50 additional food. Just want to point that out real quick. So, kind of looking into this matchup, you got a Knight Civ mixed with a pseudo Knight Civ in Ayyubids, and I call them a pseudo Knight Civ because they don't have access to feudal age knights. They do get Desert Raiders though, but they're notorious for a fast castle right into Camel Lancer builds, so that's why I consider them a pseudo Knight Civ. And then on the other side, for the Town Center Terrorists, you have a pseudo Knight Civ mixed with an infantry Civ. However, English is pretty good at sort of applying pressure, doing damage, and taking the fight to Ayyubids, because those early Desert Raiders don't have any ranged armor. So English longbows definitely terrorize those guys instead of it normally being the other way around. We do have a council hall coming in for Mali Libby. No surprises there. I think he's going to want a lot of longbow spear comp. And on the other side, you have a school of cavalry coming in from Sass. Again, fairly standard. And then right on cue, Jigglypuff going up with the economic growth wing. He's going to take the 3 extra villagers and the extra 50 food on orchards. And I am checking. Baltune going up with culture wing logistics. So right off the bat, we have both Ayyubids players going in completely different directions.
Oh, logistics going into fiddle age. That's crazy. So one little thing before we move on here, I really like logistics going into Castle Age, because you get a lot of tempo on collecting the relics, right? You can just immediately go pick 3 off. Because the logistics, for those of you who don't know, gives you 2 dervishes going into Fiddle Age, 3 going into Castle Age, 4 going into Imp. It's 4, right? Yeah, it is 4.
Yeah.
So, really good for collecting relics in Castle Age, I think, but I'm very interested. I never saw logistics getting picked into Fiddle Age. It's always one of the Eco Wings or one of the fast age up.
Military wing is another one you would sometimes see in Feudal
Yeah, in the
Age,
military
but I
wing.
actually really
Reinforcements.
So when I see logistics come out in Feudal Age, what tends to happen is they make Desert Raiders, and because they heal and they move at the same speed as the Desert Raiders, they sort of travel as a pack, raiding. And with the Desert Raiders, you don't really have to worry about them taking a lot of damage because you just run away and they heal. So it gives you a pretty powerful Feudal Age raiding force, and you can take some of those fights with those English longbows as long as you micro your units away and don't lose them, and they heal right up. So
Absolutely.
that may be what Baltune is kind of going for here. We'll see if he puts down any production buildings. So far, I'm not seeing any production buildings, so it could just be to just place the dervishes on relics to try to grab them early, as opposed to any sort of aggression.
Don't tell me this is to win the Scout War.
Hey, listen, I wouldn't put it past players of this skill. The Scout War is very important. If you can blind your opponents and they don't know what you're doing, it's very important.
Right? Yeah, I'm with you. So, not just blinding them, making pro scouts, which we have seen today already in multiple games. Making pro scouts not an option anymore, I think, is also interesting. But also, these players get a lot of value with their scouts. Precisely on things like this. Nice walls there, mate. Would be a shame if a scout could just step on them.
Yeah, but Mali Libby's bringing his infantry over. They're going to push these dervishes away. You have Sassus Knights kind of coming here. So Sassus Knights also get healed by these dervishes. So they're going to be able to take these fight with these spears and just wipe them out. No big deal.
Well, some big deal.
Normally you don't lose the knight in that situation. That is a win for Mali Libby, right? Trading 2 spears for 1 knight.
Oh, I'll take it any day.
Ever so slight. Ever so slight. But yeah, those dervishes are just going to heal up these knights. But Baltune, going to Castle Age. And now you have Economic Growth Wing coming in. That is just insanely fast. The dervishes are on the field, and they're going to just scoop up those relics.
And you know what? Baltune sucks. He let 3 berry patches expire. That's 300 food gone. Because
you know what? I don't think he minds much. The tempo he's going to get at this age up is going to be insane. He's getting 7 additional villagers. And then on top of that, he's going to have Camel Lancers and Relics. So he'll be perfectly fine. We do have 1 villager trying to finish this wall, but getting chased away. Jenny kind of coming up. Looks like Jigglypuff is going to need to invest a lot in defense here. Meanwhile, Baltune's about to click up. He is, less than a minute away from Castle Age. You have an archery range coming out, which means...
Sorry, Baltune has already clicked up.
Yeah.
I was waiting to see what Jiggly was doing.
Jiggly's far away. Jiggly, way off on the food, not macroed. He's macroing towards military, and he's using these Desert Raiders to start a sort of pick at Sassus Knights here.
So
at
could
present,
be a mistake.
So you have double archery range coming out from Baltune, so no camel lancers. We're gonna get veteran desert raiders, I think, is gonna be the play here.
Could also be archers, because they trade well into the spears and the longbows. But, yeah, I think it's desert raiders here.
Yeah, I mean, oftentimes from the top level players, I see them go right into camel lancers.
It is archers. He's getting veteran upgrade.
Oh, he's going into base archers with veterancy. This is new. I have not seen this yet. Where are... Alright, so one dervish has a relic right there. And he's coming over, about to drop it off at home. Ooh, Jenny might have gotten caught out here. Jenny's probably going to get sniped right here. Taking a lot of damage.
Hurts.
Yeah, she's just not fast enough to run away. So, Mally, Libby, Jiggly applying some pressure.
And as we're seeing here, Mally, Libby, and Jigglypuff, I think, are getting the... I think tactically they are playing the game a lot better. I just think that Baltune and Sass strategy could work out in their favor. However, this is a lot of army count. So we have just in this forward blob, it's 25 units. When they split the army and no gold for Sass for the time being, it's gonna hurt.
So, Baltune and Sass, I think their strategy is that Baltune's archers are going to come over, and they're just going to outperform everything that Mally, Libby, and Jigglypuff have in their entire comp. And when you add in some of these dervishes to kind of heal, all of a sudden, Mally, Libby, and Jigglypuff's military not looking so strong, because they're going to be going up against veteran archers.
And I think, because of the tech advantage here, if Baltune and Sass survive this, they are going to be in a far superior position to that of Tom Center Terrorists. However, for Tom Center Terrorists, there's one guaranteed relic, and because of the way the armies are positioned, 2 relics are effectively being denied here. So not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. We're going to see veteran archers. I expect the blacksmith upgrades to be coming in soon. Yeah, there we go. 10 seconds for sealed arrows, so these are going to be 8 attack archers. Against 6 attack longbowmen, and these desert raiders have 1 ranged armor, no upgrades from Mally, Libby.
Yeah.
The attack is going to be massive.
Yeah, the other thing to keep in mind is Mally, Libby has these 10 spears. Against Baltune's comp here, those spears are not gonna do very well. I think Mally, Libby, and Jigglypuff need to pull back, get to castle themselves, and level out the tech gap right here, if you will. Ooh, Sass is able to pick off one of Jigglypuff's desert raiders right there, gets his charges in, but Sass is now going on the offensive here. Though Town Center Terrace, they're walled up, right? They're going to be a little difficult to raid. Well, they're walling up. It's not done yet.
I think there's a hole they're not going to notice. It's between the wood lines, between their wall-offs, and like this is so easy to miss.
Jigglypuff has clicked up military wing reinforcements, so he's going to get 3 desert raiders every 2 minutes for free for the rest of the game. That should kind of help them stabilize the military count right here. And
they can build the spam your penis on the negotiating table siege unit.
So we got a little bit of action going on in the middle here. English longbows, able to pick off an archer or 2 of Baltunes, but pressure campaign coming in. Sass is committing. Knights are acting as the tanks here, absorbing all the arrow fire, no big deal. But Oiling Boil decides they're going to pull back until Jenny arrives. Jenny is kind of here, and I think they're going to stake their claim to this little piece of real estate here and absolutely try to press from here. And we have a Manjanique coming in. Siege this season got a little bit of a nerf, but at the high level they still use Siege, and they use Siege very effectively, and this can help counter the longbow mass. of Mali Libby.
Yeah, what I've seen thus far from pro games is they just get more siege, invest more into siege. Because they still have the same value as an offensive unit. But yeah, armor wise, like they just get destroyed.
And it looks like we have.
Oh, let's just convert the workers. Ah, but he failed. Oh, get it out of there, Baltune! Oh, beautiful. Big raid! Here comes the Manjanique! We're attacking the farms. I don't know about the Manjanique usage here.
So it's going to take out the farms. It's going to just get as much value as possible by just destroying these buildings until Mali Libby decides to commit to a fight. He's waiting for Jigglypuff to come over, who just clicked up and is waiting on veterancy upgrades. So Jigglypuff is kind of moving over, trying to cut off reinforcements.
Smart play, smart play.
Manjanique is caught out a little bit, but able to pull it back in time.
The Manjanique only takes 1 damage from these longbowmen. Mali Libby really needs to age up, but he's very far away. So, oh, Mali Libby fighting alone. Jigglypuff needs to be here. Manjanique caught the no man's land. Is gonna die. There are camel lancers out there. Good snipe. Oh, not the great. Oh, that's great usage of ability right there. Not the greatest wrath, but that was a very good heal. Oh, and looks like Mali Libby and Jigglypuff are gonna be okay here. But there are a lot of reinforcements coming over.
Insane hold, and I think the Camel Lancers from Jigglypuff made a huge deal here. There was no answer to them, and Jigglypuff had 3 or 4 of them, and just against Feudal Age Knights they're going to perform better, and it looks like Baltune and Sass, their armies got cleaned up, and they need to retreat. They need to go back home and sort of come up with a plan B. But I still think Baltune and Sass are in a great position. They have...
Oh, shut up, Baltune. We're really gonna try to convert these workers.
So, this dervish is sort of trapped behind enemy lines, so why not?
Might as well get value, but you're gonna get killed is what you get. Alright, we're getting a Royal Institute for Sass in the front of the base. I love it. I love tech buildings in the front of the base so they can get destroyed mid-tech. You have 2 knights here getting sniped by Desert. Desert Bridge is apparently same speed as the knights. They're faster because they were attacking. We have a market for Mali Libby. Mali Libby is going to sell that wood. Yeah, I think that's the smart move. Some might suggest making more farms. He already has food. He needs to age up yesterday.
Oh no. Oh no, Jigglypuff's walls weren't complete. There was a tiny little section next to the gold and the wood that is giving Sass access. Look at that. Look at those knights just kind of pass through. Fortunately for Jigglypuff, he's got the military to sort of defend it, but he needs to build that wall and close the door. Not give...
You know that if Sass noticed that before, Sass was a dumbass. Because he could have kept that knowledge hidden and just hit at the right time.
You know what? I think Sass was trying to use it at the right time. Nice little charge here from Jigglypuff, get some damage off, but he does lose some Desert Raiders and some Camel Lancers. Baltune coming with the crossbows here. Great switch, forcing sort of Jigglypuff to go back to the drawing board here, because crossbows absolutely destroy Camel Lancers. So Baltune just kind of sticking with this archer infantry comp, and it's working well. Sass sticking with the knights. He's sort of forming out the front line of this operation, and Baltune is sticking out the back line, and that villager is probably going to get murdered, and down he goes as Jigglypuff trying to get that wall up, but there's holes everywhere.
Now you have on one hand Jigglypuff moving out towards Sass and Baltune. Oh, where's Mali? No, Mali Libby's not here. Oh, Jigglypuff has to
Jigglypuff
be
gets
oh
some
so
good value.
careful. Ah, Jigglypuff overextended. He's gonna lose his army now.
No. Jigglypuff is going to do what he does, the namesake here. He's going to just run away and try to raid some town centers, I think.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he was gonna lull his opponents to sleep.
No, but Sass realizes what Jiggly's trying to do. He's trying to get a quick wall, if you will, up to just sort of corner Jiggly's army here, but gonna save his base and force Jiggly to run away somewhere else. Yeah, Jiggly no longer has access.
This is terrible for Jigglypuff, but like Baltune and Sass's armies are here. If somehow Jiggly and Libby can set up an attack somewhere else, it's gonna be their whole armies stuck in this position.
So Jigglypuff gets caught out. He's going to be able to retreat a little bit, but he's going to lose a lot of his camels right here. Sass coming over, just trying to delay and slow down any of these so Baltune's archers can just kind of catch up and pick some off there. And what started as a formidable force, now 6 camel lancers. That's all Jiggly has left. So unfortunately, Sass with the walls kind of blocking off Jiggly's access to his base and just sort of forcing his units to take a lot of additional damage. Jigglypuff paid a hefty price for the attempted raid. And Mally Libby, where's
Stacks was heavy.
Yeah, it was definitely. So Mally Libby, not sure entirely what's happening. He's getting some men-at-arms in there, but not the largest army. Looks like some longbows, some men-at-arms, and some spears. So I think Baltune and Sass are gonna move over and just try to end this right now.
Yeah, it feels like Mally Libby's macro was all over the place this game. Oh, yeah, they're gonna try to set up trade. Okay, I like this. I like this.
Okay, not sure that's gonna be able to save them here. Boiling Boil, they have 101, 102 units. Meanwhile, Town Center Terrorists, they've got 60. And I would say if, they had, if most of Baltune and Sass's military was trash units, but there's crossbows, there's gulams. This is a premium army coming out from them. Jiggly's gonna lose those villagers. 3 of them just get picked off. Try to run away, but it's futile. And this might be it.
So the saving grace here is that, like, they're gonna get the flank. But I don't think it's enough. I don't think they're gonna hit the right units on the right units here. Oh, and Sass very wisely. No, he actually moves forward. Oh, we have lancers on the archers, but fighting in the city. I hate this. In my own games, like, what a awkward fight for Jigglypuff. I think they're gonna trade okay-ish, but the numbers are so overwhelming.
Yeah, Jiggly, he's gonna be forced to retreat here. He's just losing too much, and I think the hope is that maybe he did enough damage where Baltune can't kill Mally Libby?
I think the hope now is that someone pulls, like, Baltune's power cord or something. This is looking like 90-19 military. It's not looking good whatsoever. You can fight the inevitable all you want. Yeah, Mally Libby leaves. Should leave.
GG gets called. Town Center Terrorists, unfortunately, are going home, and I'm pretty sure everyone back home is cheering every time Jigglypuff gets eliminated. Baltune, Sass, and Boiling Oil, or Oiling Boil, are going to move on to the finals. And hey, listen, I'm a huge Jiggly fan. I just think he needs a nerf. But Baltune and Sass have the secret sauce. They have the formula.
Or it's here first.
Listen, you want to know how to beat Jigglypuff? Call Baltune. Call Sass. They'll tell you.
Yeah, they know how. They know how. Just go fast castle into archers, I guess. But worked well. Baltune and Sass, very good teamwork here. Really felt like a team victory. The strategy was better, but only a little bit better. But then the way they used their armies together and their team chemistry, that was top notch. This was fantastic to see. What a series! What a series!
Yeah. Listen, Baltune, SAS, they've played a lot of team games together. They communicated very well. One thing I really liked is you didn't really see either of them have their military get caught out, right? The other one was always close by. So if one person's slightly overextended, they can pull back, and then their partner could kind of come in and cover their retreat a little bit. So they did a really good job just sort of working together. Whereas Jiggly and Mally, the one thing I would say is a lot of times Jiggly was like alone on an island, or Mally was alone on an island, and they were a little bit out of position at times, and Baltune and Sass capitalized on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Seeing all of those Desert Raiders and Camel Lancers die, trying to go behind SAS base, that felt very personal. And that was definitely Jigglypuff overextending, and then the walls that SAS built, that was definitely they were trapped. They were trapped there with the armies of SAS and Baltune. Yeah, amazing series.